guys? Welcome back to Higurashi. And that is really annoying. Hope you guys couldn't hear that. I should turn the TV off. Let me see if I can still do that. A few days ago has passed since the incident. During that time, neither Mion was busy or Rika-chan had to go help with festivals preparation, so we couldn't get everybody together for club activities. Okay, and it's off. Even though I thought I would never want to participate again after years, it shaved off my life each time. Not having it only made my heart grow fonder. I really am not honest with myself. Today we finally had our club activities again. These weren't the same old club activities. It was called the Onikakushi 5-demon firefight. It was one of the biggest events in the club. Probably is the biggest. Yeah, Kichi, does this yukata still fit you? Can you try it on for a second? Mom pulled out an old dusty yukata. Nah, I don't need a yukata. Those are the embarrassing, so I'll just go in my normal clothes. But this is a festival word, okay? The other regular clothes are just fine. If I was the only one wearing a yukata, it'd be even more embarrassing. I put on the same old vest as usual. I'll be going with Rina and the others, so you don't need to worry about me. Is that so? I'll be going with Dad when he wakes up. Dad let out a loud snore from the sofa. From how it looks, he must have pulled an all-nighter last night. He just finished sitting in his manuscript, so he might not wake up for a while. It seems my dad writes for art magazines sometimes too. I never read it though. I wonder if my dad is a really famous artist. Since he's his own son, something like that, I can't imagine he's selling all that well. But he's able to feed a family of 3, and my life isn't exactly full of hardships. It could be that he's some master painter and I didn't know about it. Ding dong. Kichi-kun, are you home? It was already time. I didn't want them coming here, so I was planning on leaving early and waiting outside. Oh my, it's Rina-chan. Thank you for always looking after Kichi. He's also been looking out for... Why are you blushing from just meeting my mom? Don't get all flustered. It really doesn't feel right. Let's go, Rina. Since Rina would continue to space out after I left her here, I grabbed her hand and dragged her out. Rina-chan, look up to Kichi for me. Oh, yes, ma'am. Even though if it means I must sacrifice myself, then why don't you do it right now? She waved back even as I dragged her away. Okay, Kichi, or Ki-chan, you hungry today? We'll take care of all of that at these stalls. You thought I let myself get full knowing the club activities will involve the stalls. We wouldn't have it any other way. Where are Rika-chan and Satoko? Are they already at the temple? Yep, Rika-chan's a festival committee member after all. Satoko-chan's probably with her as well. I see, alright, let's make some noise today. Yeah. We were already in high spirits with just the 3 of us there. It was way more lively out there for to shine than the last time I came, far exceeding my expectations. Throngs of people were crammed between the rows of market stalls lined with colorful paper lanterns. Despite that, it was actually quite enjoyable. There are sure lots of people here. Can't believe they all live in Hinamizawa. Everybody attends at Onikakushi. I think about half the village is here. It's not just that. Months of pool and youth councils from neighboring towns and villages advertise this event as well. That's right. There aren't many students at our school, but there's lots of kids here today. It just doesn't feel like a festival unless our kids are around after all. That's true, I agree. Hello and good evening. These 2 new buddies we came across. Of course, I greeted them as well, but I still was familiar with everybody yet. Rina-chan, thanks for the food you brought me a while back. My son loved it. He said it was delicious. It was nothing at all. I'm glad he liked it. Say hello to Kazuma-kun for me, please. Hey, if it isn't Sonozaki Uchi-chan, I'm in charge of a stand again this year, so make sure you come visit. Pops, have you gotten fatter? You'll end up having a heart attack with a gut like that. Oh, this kid here is new. Are you one of her underclassmen? He's one of my members, and I could have been helpful if you cross him. You could crush your stand in one night. You've got a little Miss seal approval, I see. Hope you take it easy on me. As you could imagine, Mion was chatting away with the old guys running the stalls. Mi-chan is really energetic after all. I just woke up, man. She's really popular with older men. Yeah, I wonder why. I think Rena's pretty popular too, being cute and all. That was for as long as her little condition didn't flare up. But as long as she's blushing quietly, she's pretty cute. Popular with some people, really with some people. I have a giving no assurance about roughly tousling her hair. The stall's keepers came all the way from town. It's not really a festival without them after all. So we're going to mess with them now. What kind of matches I'm going to win? Oh yes, he'll try to. Hey, you're all very late. It's unacceptable to keep a lady. So where's this lady I've been getaway now? Huh? What did you say? Alright, so Toko was in top form as well. She has weird boobs for a little girl. I'm glad they went with smaller. That's just weird. Yeah, anyway, alright, so Toko was in top form as well. It seemed she was all excited about being able to get everybody in the club together for the first time in a while. Well, we could check cute. You know, an elated sigh. It seemed that the real lady made her appearance. Nian hands creepy. This is the real lady made her appearance. Good evening, everyone. Good evening to Kichi as well. Woo, looking good. You're looking sharp again this year. Cute. Gonna take you home. Rika-chan was wearing a shrine-maiden outfit. Your nice little outburst was completely understandable. Rika-chan's clothes sure looked like the real deal. And is that a real shrine-maiden outfit? Shrine. My God, I might have made them by hand. They're quite authentic. Rika-chan has an important task to do at the end of the festival, so she's wearing this. I see Rika-chan was on the executive committee because she performed all the shrine maiden rituals for the festival. My work is only done to find an alley of the festival, so I could still play for a while. But we cannot afford to waste any time. Let us begin. Alright. It felt good to wander around the festival, just the five of us. Mion called everyone over to stand that caught her attention and proposed a rather odd competition. Takoyaki eating race. Everyone has to buy their own. Ready? Go. A stand in a vendor stall so the takoyaki stand. What was the special stand for these kind of events was the fact they were simply balls of dough. Takoyaki in name only. It burns. Are you okay, Gichi-kun? Have some water. My eating those skeleton takoyaki is suicide. I guess the trick is to buy the ready-made ones that have been left there for a while. They really don't taste good. The stall next to it was a shaved ice stand. It was still a bit too early in the season for that, but right then it didn't matter. Let's use the shaved ice this time. It's a shaved ice eating race. Ready, go. Shaved ice eating race. I can't. As long as you can melt it with your body, then it's so cold. Not smart. This old man ordered it with plenty of syrup. It'll melt quickly when mixed up. Those stooges were too late. The moment they chose to tackle it head on, it was their downfall. Phew. Finished. Kichi is done. That was too fast. It couldn't be. Kichi-kun, you didn't add water from the goldfish tank behind you, did you? That can't taste very good. That would be nasty. Yeah. Next to that was another old favorite, and a cotton candy stand. That's everywhere in any kind of festival, America, Japan or not. Why don't we do this one next? Of course, it's a speed eating contest. Hey, how do you eat cotton candy quickly? How? I'll stick with Mark. Mian, Stucco, and I compress the cotton candy with our bare hands. It's time to stick it, the whole thing in our mouth for 3 seconds. I expected Stucco to figure it out, but I didn't think Ch.1 would too. I can't have you treat me like I'm a newbie forever, can I? I won't taste good forever. Hey, they kept the same exact face on Mian. It won't taste very good. Ch.1 always crushed it with their hands and stuck it into her mouth. This is probably the only place in Japan where people can eat candy like this. I think only Venus Candy was happy with how it was eaten. But it felt like we ended up doing stuff like eating needles through the nose contest or human water pump at the goldfish scoop at the rate things were going. This old man will probably still win too. And I'm simply no match for Miyatsen when it comes to eating repulsive things. Yeah, seriously. What's up with you guys? Are you telling me you don't want to have a blue Hawaii top yakisoba eating contest? Shake, both Dakota and I shook our heads in unison. Can we have a game that doesn't involve food this time? Can we? Rena's proposal was a godsend. It was about time we played a different kind of game. It also seemed like neither Rena nor Rika-chan were any good at speed eating or gorging themselves. Okay, Rena-chan, I'll let you pick out the next game. Anything is fine. Well then, I'm going to be the judge. Find cute things on the festival grounds. You have 1 minute. Fine by me. I know exactly what Rena likes. Alright. I think I can win that. Ready? Go. Oh. Why not Kichika and Rika-chan starting? Why not? Miyasa could have dashed up Mally, but Rika-chan and I calmly stayed right where we are. Where could it be you found it? The cute thing? We've already found it, Kichi, too? Yeah. What is it? I can't wait. Both Rika-chan and I stood emotionally for those few months before Miyasa returned. This is probably the first time we've gone head to head like this. It will be the first. Rika-chan, you expect to win that with that, huh? I am a member of this club as well. When by any means starts, I just started rule. Rika-chan sneered to the best of our ability. Here on. Both me and Asuko came back, each with their own plan of attack except in their arms. Okay, then let's go in order. Let's start with the clippers at me, Chan. Too bad you guys am in this now. This old man brought this. Where did she get those? They were old tin diamond-shaped signs. Club, Curry, Snuggle, and Simpson Ormond. See, how about this? That's very understandable, a little too understated. I used to see those stuck up at the barbed wire fences. These were more nostalgic than cute. Can you explain what part of that is cute? But there were puffs of smoke noisily shooting out of Venus' ears and nose like almost a steam train. I didn't get it. I shall be up next. Is this it? It was Angel and posted from the Lady Society's roasted corn stall. It was really about a sketch done by a housewife. An anthropomorphic roasted corn drawn out with any sort of real plan. It's very excessive about a sense of sorrow to the viewer. Oh, I don't understand. Weep! That was the sudden blood drain out of Rena's nose. It seemed to have been rated higher than Mion's. I really didn't get it. It feels like your artistic stance is a little avant-garde by about 5 eons. Oh. Those are nothing but mass-produced signs after all. They had no chance against it being hand-drawn. Couldn't even begin to follow the way those guys were thinking. Then I'll be next. Next is Rika-chan, isn't it? Or can you even do without even anything? Did you and Cisco both forget? If Rika-chan felt like it, she could simply, after moving about 10 yards, she began walling up to Rena. Seeing that, both men and Cisco gasped. Oh no, too late. Rika-chan tripped over nothing and lay motionless after falling down. Rina hurried over to her. Rika-chan, are you alright? Alright? Rika-chan had a lump on her forehead and tears rolled up her eyes. Only fingers peeked out from her sleeves. This was the vital part. The palm of her hands were covered by her sleeves. She made a single sound. Oh, how cute. Going to take you home. We forgot that play that I personally had to use because Rina's face went completely red, her head bobbing back and forth in excitement. She embraced Rika-chan, began rubbing her cheek against her. I expect no less from her. Not a single element was overlooked. Lolly, shrine maiden, brink of crying, Mew. It was perfect. A simple trip is strengthened into the pure mouth. This is what you call art. I have a feeling that my character is going to point at Rina and call her cute, the cute thing. So, that's what I'm assuming. Key-chan is a pretty weird definition of art. I'll just pretend the sharp sting of this word is cutting me. The command like eraser was a fame in my imagination. Key-chan gazed at me with a daunting smile as she cursed about Rina, who was in full cute mode. Oh, Kichi, can you beat me? That cold smile is frightening Rika-chan. It might just be my imagination, but I see a demon inside her sometimes. Key-chan seems to have his own plan of attack. I wonder what he's going to show her. I also wish to observe the play Kichi-san will make. Could it be Kichi-san is also going to give a performance? I asked it and I pointed at the stairs. I pulled Rina, who gave no sign of canceling out of cute mode, away from Rika-chan. How cute thing, Kichi can let go. I'll show you something even cuter, so just hold on for now. Huh? Oh, something even cuter. But it's too crowded here. Let's go back there. Rina looked very surprised as I pulled her behind the shrine. I cannot fathom what Kichi-san could possibly be planning. This is Kichi-san after all. No, it couldn't be. Keep on fighting, yeah. After a bit I returned. And after a bit that so did Rina, dragging her feet. There's no way that scoundrel Key-chan did something too innocent to little Rina. Miyana's go past by me, heading straight to Rina. What exactly did he do to you? For a moment, Rina was too dazed to realize someone was talking to her. Gasp. How it was me, Chan. How... Rina, are you alright? Did Key-chan do anything to you? No, he didn't do anything strange to me. How... This is quite severe. Exactly what did Key-chan show you? I mean, it was so cute. How? Cute? What did he show you, Rina? Rina let a really long how. Her eyes sparkled as she spoke. Cute, so cute. It was Key-chan's furry little seal. What? Wham! Womp! In the blink of an eye, Miyana Stickle's elbow smashed into my face. Huh? What? Showing this was so dirty. You sick pervert. I shall be beaten into oblivion. Wait, you got it all wrong. A dark, billowing arrow flowed from Miyana Satoko. It was no good. They were going to kill me. I mean, child, I'm not sure what's going on, but you got it all wrong. You see, Kichi-chan had... It's a first C kill chain. Rika-chan stuck her hand in my pocket and pulled out my keychain. He said he made it long ago for one of his summer school assignments. He said he doesn't show it that often because it's embarrassing. Yeah, so small and cute. He tried his best to make it so wonderful. Oh, this element that you make, you join a cute little fur seal. Oh, man. Oh, I'd expect no less from me on set. He misconstrued things in the wildest ways, and they slung insults at each other and looked like they were ready to tear into each other any second. I beg of you, if I'm in the clear, would you mind getting off of me? You were interrupted by a flash of camera. Oh, let me guess, it's Tomatake. Yep. Hey guys, you all seem energetic as usual. It was Tomatake-san. As I laid crumpled on the ground, Miana and Satoko continued to bicker above me. Ryuka-chan was putting me on the head, and Reno was still in cute mode. It was probably quite a lovely scene. It's a fine everything indeed is, although it's rather poor, adequate to photograph a lady without permission. That's right. At least you don't really need Satoko's permission. Her uncle Satoko joked her heel into me. Good evening. Are you heading back tomorrow, aren't you? Were you able to take lots of good photos? Thanks to you, I got plenty of good shots. Tonight's the last we could see old Tomatake-sama, isn't it? Such a shame. Hurry up and have your major breakout soon. Just as rude as ever, aren't you? I really am sad I won't be able to hear that voice of yours for almost half a year. Be sure to have as much fun as you can tonight. You'll be back in Tokyo tomorrow after all. That's true. It will be another 6 months until I can enjoy another night work and see the stars. Tomatake-san looked up at the night sky cheerfully. At that moment, even though he was smiling, I sensed a bit of sadness. Why don't you move here, Tomatake-san, and Hinamizawa? Tomatake-san was speechless. It's not very convenient here. No shops or recreational spots. There might not even be anything really here, but I even knew what I was trying to say. Tomatake-san was also well aware, so Miyasa took him a good shot. None of them butted in. I've only been here for less than a month, so I really don't know anything about it. Normally I'm a really talkative guy, but in situations like this, I'm at a loss for words. Even though all this was happening in such a boisterous setting, it felt like all the background noise was fading to the distance. This place is probably... Tomatake-san raised his hand on me, gently silencing me. Thank you. Gichi-kan, Mion-chan, Svijan-chan, Satoko-chan, and Rika-chan. Tomatake-san's smile was so slight it looked as if it was going to crumble any minute, but it was warm. I also think it would be great if I could live here. Those might have been cruel words coming from a kid who didn't need to worry about working to feed himself. The hand touched my back. It was Reina. Gichi-kan, you shouldn't pick on adults. It's not nice. The background clamor of the festival returned. We won't be seeing him for a while after all. We need to make sure Tomatake-san also enjoys tonight. When Rina smiled, the mood instantly got brighter. That's true. I think I'll do just that. Hey, Mi-chan, how about it? Can we let Tomatake-san in our club activities? That's a great idea. Or as I thought, but Mion had a snobbish look on her face. One of the requirements for membership is residence in Hinamizawa, you see. Come on, Mi-chan, just for today, don't be mean. Well, he does come around often every year. I might come in on and as a citizen. Yeah. Well, yay. Now then, I wonder if this aged fellow well past his prime will be a match for me. Guess I have shown the wisdom of a mature doll. Yeah, can you keep up with this, youngins? The Tomatake-san stepped back slightly at our audacious grins. I'm Miyasa Nosaki Club President, do hereby authorize honorary citizen Tomatake and his entry into our club. Her words were quickly drawn out by our cheers. What do you mean by club? What our club does, you see, in order to cope with our complicated society, we perform various activities of various rules. Sometimes they're in your favor, sometimes they work against you. I'm pretty weak, so I prefer you not single me out. Let's try to get along. If you wish to mock our childish games, then this will be the perfect opportunity. We'll leave you with nothing. We won't even leave the hairs on your butt. Ew, what? So, that's the club where we play games together. They have a weird outline. Okay. Anyway. Of course, Rika-chan was the only one to give an answer that made sense. Alright, just what I wanted. I'll take you up on that challenge. Don't be too rough on me and my mentors. Tomatake-san got riled up and did a victory pose like he was 10 years younger. That's perfect. We continued walking to the festival with me on in the front. Now we looked like a family of six. It had just some intensity to it. St. Rose was always a loser, will of course be subject to a penalty. Tomotaka-san was a bit surprised, but to us it was just the same as always. Regardless of how terrible a penalty it was, just don't lose. I mean, it was also brimming with determination. She didn't have any intention of losing. That's true. Until Solderino's hair lightened the mood, she giggled to hide her embarrassment. I see, this is what it means to feel like a kid again. Tomotaka-san whispered that to nobody in particular. At that moment, we heard an old man call out in a strong voice. Looking over, I realized it was the man Rihanna had greeted right before the festival. Here, little Miss Sonozaki, seems you brought out quite the crowd. We came to eradicate your entire stall. His stall was a shooting gallery. It was the usual setup where you had to knock down the prize you wanted with a quart gun. The rules were simple. 3 shots, the winners, whoever gets the biggest prize. Everybody shot it with their agreement. There was no need to consider how to win, since the condition for victory was simply size. The biggest prize at the stall, and without question, it was that one, wasn't it? Well, that teddy bear cute. We know it's the gazing longly at the large stuffed animal. It was potentially placed on an unsteady platform, so it's possible to get it if you hit it in the right spot. It was magnificent to set up to make someone think that. Not Bakichi-san. I figured you would see it through the scam instantly. And the most logical course of action would be the name for some candy or a doll. Then the 10 ounces had already begun. And it's club, you'll even get eaten alive if you don't come prepared. Everything hinged on what you plan to come up with before the main event. At some point, a large crowd had gathered around, making a big fuss. There was as much of a following for a club's infamous event. Knocking that bear down ensures I win. Only 3 shots, 2. You see, I'm all just trying to be rough. Hey, I have my other customers waiting, you know. Who's up first? The first one has the advantage of being able to aim for the easier prize, but it's dangerous to complete without knowing the gun's quirks. The situation was pretty good. He gets what our club is about. Oh, and to be fair, how about using rock, paper, scissors to decide? How about it? That's really the only way. Rock, paper, scissors. After a couple of matches, it ended up with me on being first. I didn't want to end up first, so I was just like, it's a handicap Gramps gun, here you go. When shooting the range, guy handed over a rifle. I looked over it intently. She didn't forget to check the cork bullet either. Okay, this gun is brand new, isn't it? No faults, not bad. Mian raised the gun in one swift motion. It was completely different from our careful inspection. She was shooting from the hip. Fire. Reload. Fire. Reload. Fire. Flop. Flop, flop. 3 candy boxes fell on after the other. A big call. The crowd paused a moment I fall and then erupted in cheers. Whoa, awesome. That was quite good. Tomotaka-san was at a loss for words after seeing such shooting prowess. Amazing, Mi-chan. 3-3. Her accuracy was incredible. Her choice of targets wasn't bad either. The 3 men had gone after were fairly large and could easily knock over. They were all targets with very high return on investment. Who's up next? Sotoko? Careful, the bullets are light. Next was Sotoko. The rifle looked a bit big for her body, but it didn't seem like she had any problem with the weight. Of course, I shall aim for the grand prize. Her proclaimed that she was going after the teddy bear. Damn, to go such a bold move. The moment she knocks it over, she's guaranteed to be in first. Good luck, Sotoko-chan. Sotoko steps to me on. She aimed at the target quite carefully and squeezed the trigger. Wow, these bullets are too light. The first two bullets struck the bear in the torso, but it only shifted a bit. You need to aim higher towards the head or it won't work. So the third bullet was aimed at the bear, but the cannon box below its arm. I hate to say it, but it appears the bear is just too much for me. She went boldly after the big catch, but since she switched over to less impressive prayer at the last second, the crowd only gave a strained laugh. Were they laughing because she lacked the courage? These fools know nothing. Fine attempts, Otoko. You've gotten better. The palm with me on his outstretched hand went plump as it tapped down lightly on Satoko. She appeared to be just talking hot air, but this was actually completely calculated. Then Satoko, just to avoid being in last place, she did switch over to an easy target. Without shame or honor, magnificent. I'll allow you to take the bear arena, son. I pray for your victory. Okay. Thanks so much, Satoko-chan. Bear-san. He's so cute. Rena was up next. She couldn't hit the red side of a barn as a regular Rena, but she said that bear was cute. I wonder how Rena-chan will do. I hope she's able to hit at least one. You're underestimating Rena, Tomotaku-san. It's Rena, you know. It's Rena, you know. If it was to get that teddy bear. Whoa. Tomotaku-san wheeled around to see what all the commotion his pictures were making. It's about. If it was to get the bear, she was able to shoot through a pinhole. So I noticed Rena Rigo could do it. She's shaking how cute. Rena couldn't hide her excitement over the bear slowly rocking. Now Rena couldn't lose. Not bad, Rena, son. The less collected you become, the stronger you get. Whoa. Another big cheer. Rena's bullet hit the bear's forehead again, and I didn't know if the bear seemed to wobble more than before. But it might even be possible. You never know what the Rena-chan's skill might be. While Tomotaku-san was just as excited as the crowd, Rika-chan's analysis was not swayed by emotion. If Rena had more than 10 shots, she could surely knock it over. But with just one more, no matter how you looked at it, no go. Ow. The crowd just let out a dejected groan. She had shot her right in the forehead 3 times. It was a bit late, but they gave her a good round of applause for the attempt. How best on take home? How? She should be praised for her valor, but she had no trophies to show for it. Then at the moment, the man flicked one of the candy boxes with his finger and handed it to Rena. This is for you, little lady. Huh? You're giving this to me? How? The gods would forgive me if I let you go. The guys wouldn't forgive me if I let you go home empty-handed after such a display. She was in a shower of applause. Rena turned bright red and I pulled her back over to use her hand. You did a good job. Your cute mode really surprised me. How I really want Mr. Bear. Why? It was easy that I only needed a little bit more to be knocked over. Rena had done quite a lot for me. I still needed to pay her back for the delicious picnic. Alright, then I'll get it and give it to you. What? Tomotaku-san is still no words out of my mouth. Okay. Please, Tomotaku-san. Good luck. The damn you old man Tomotaku, stealing the good parts for yourself. A small hand stretched over and fell gently on my head just before I was overcome with frustration. You keep on fighting too, Kichi, okay? Tomotaku-san carefully studied the bear. Setting it aside, he shouldered the rifle while holding the other 2 shots in his hand. Why is he doing that? Yes, no doubt. Tomotaku-san is aiming for... Plop. The time between shots was short. Meaningless to shoot again once it stopped shaking. So Tomotaku-san was relying on rapid fire to win the battle. It was visibly wobbling much more than it ever had before, but that was all. It still didn't fall over. How too bad. Levin's momentary expectation from watching it sway violently turned into a dejected sigh. I really thought it would work. Oh, it seems that since you're a man, you will not be receiving any candy. That was it. Amen. Tomotaku-san had no spoils of war. So both Ki-chan and Mika-chan can just shoot down a small easy prize and avoid being dead last. Avoid being the loser, huh? Oh, sorry about that. It's your turn next, Kichika, and best of luck. I was the fifth shooter. I took the rifle from Tamatake-san. If I took the ruthless road as Miyana suggested, then I'd go for a small target. Except, when I picked up the rifle, I definitely got a feeling from it. It was burning passion, passed down to me by Tamatake-san. The guy not being a man enough to follow teddy bear that Reno wanted. Yes, that's right. If I didn't aim for the bear, then I wouldn't be a man. After all, that was my promise to Rena. Huh? What promise? What? To shoot down that bear, then give it to Rena. That one. You know how you mean it? How? The crowd went wild when I saw our conversation. Woo! Cool, Oni-chan. You got the balls, man. That's not it. Fine man of the crowd. If I didn't do this, Rena might mug the old man running down the stall on his way home. Yo, that's not it. That's not it at all. Why can't I just express my honest feelings? Ki-chan surely talks to talk, but how do you actually tend to bring down the bear? Rena Tamatake-san's shots didn't make it a tail bit, but I was finishing the job would be difficult. Kichi-kan, if only there was some way to shoot faster, I'd be able to pile more power on the sweaty from each hit. Good luck, Kichi-kan. As I took in deep breaths, I showed over to the guy. 2 more rifles, huh? The crowd murmured amongst themselves. I wonder what Kichi setting us up to. One person can't handle 3 rifles at once. I get it. Nice looking Ki-chan, was able to figure it out magnificently. Basically, what was taking the most time was reloading the shot. That was right. Then by putting 3 preloaded rifles next to each other, in the case I went silent, peering at me, and the bear went through his lens. His photographer's blood predicted a miracle will occur. And then the girl finally picked up on what I was planning. They let out a great cheer. They chanted my name, Kichi. Rapid fire is the key. If I miss off, it is for naught. Phew. After laying a deep breath, I paused. Relax now. Are we getting it? That moment I felt like to myself I stopped. I felt like I could see the trajectory of the bullets. Hit it and knock it down. The first shot hit the bear on its head. The second, the third. The bear swayed hard and then... Woo, yeah. Oh, this just became it for the stuff that I don't even finish falling off the shelf. The guy caught it before it hit the ground and tossed it over to me. If you actually knocked it over, you got me. Amazing. Congratulations, Kichi-kan. Kichi-san has finally learned how to use his head. I see you in slightly better light now. I didn't do it all by myself. I wanted to hit it in those small bits together, brought it down. This trophy belongs to all of us. Right, and this is from all of us working together. Me didn't hit a single time. Eric. I held the on the table. I'd like it's a championship trophy. I handed it to Rena. Here. This is from me, not from everyone. Thanks for always making your delicious lunches. Rena, thinking she was never actually going to get it, was momentarily speechless. I can't keep goodness to say ones after all. How? In that case, I was the one who knocked it down, and it's mine. It's mine, so I'm giving it to Rena. I pushed the stuffing ball towards her again. This time she embraced and accepted it. You watched how far at me ever since I moved here. After all, I'm really grateful, you see. Thanks a lot. Hell, Kichi-kan, thanks so much. Rena dove at me. Told me a few days later that Rena kissed me, but I didn't realize it during all the excitement at the time. I remember what I was trying to say to Tamatake-san earlier. There really isn't much of anything here, but there's a lot of things you can't find anywhere else. I gained a lot from coming to Hinamisawa, especially at that moment. The crowd cheers echoed on and on. Having the altar set up in front of the shrine, the drum sounded with that blooming echo. It was the finale of the festival. I'll be going off ahead then. I'll be going off ahead then. Uh-oh. Oh, I need to go to get myself a good spot too. Well then, everyone, you see you in a bit. Both Higurashi and Tomotake-san gave their farewells and disappeared into the crowd. Excuse me, guys. I wish both to be the best in their endeavors. Now, shall we be off? Might as well go see Riko-chan's charming figure. Let's go. Yeah. Where's Rina? What are you doing? Kikichi-kan, Mei-chan saved me. Since she was getting such ridiculous sorts of animals, she was being carried by the flow of the people. What is she doing? She must have her hands full taking care of that bear. So I'll leave Rina in your care, Ki-chan. I have my hands full taking care of Totoko. Who would want to be looked after by you, Mion-san? I was pleased to pull on my arm. Before Lucy said it, Mion, I grabbed the back of Rina's collar. Kikichi-kan, not there, don't grab me there. Anyways, always so bossy, where can I grab then? How I didn't feel ashamed at all. Rina was ashamed enough of both of us. I got into Rina's hand, dashed off after me on the others. We're gonna be late. Let's hurry up. Yeah. I hadn't realized Rina's hand was so delicate. Maybe she needed a bit more exercise and nutrition. That wasn't what I meant, not at all. My ears burned. I tried to keep calm. I repeated the phrase, keep it together, Kichi, my bear in my mind, but it didn't look like I would be able to anytime soon. Really didn't want Rina to see my face right then, so I pushed onwards, dragging her along without looking back even once. There was already a huge group of people gathered at the altar in front of the shrine. The fire at the altar made it bright as midday and just as hot. There was a pile of futons, water was thick, justified rope in front of the altar. Come to think of it, they did say it was a festival, or they just don't want the kind of futons. Kichi-san and San are over here. Satoko waved her hand from the front row. Sorry, making our way through the mass of people. We reached the spot they'd saved. How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Rina? You punk, so that's what your plan was. Instead of replying, Mion gave a perverse grin. How was it, Rina? Was Kishan's hand bigger than you thought it would be? How? Rina turned bright red past the steam shooting out of her. Hers sliced through the air and turned around to see Mion on the ground with the welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit? Between the how and oh of her, how, thank. Rina, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. I didn't hit her, whatever, how. Thump the thunderous beat of the drum echoed silence in the crowd. You must all be quiet, it's beginning. It's a solemn ritual. Riko-chan's altar dressed as shrine maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Riko-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was a flash from Tomotake's camera. What's the big thing Riko-chan is holding? A hoe that she used for this festival. Wait, what? It's a sacred farming tool. Oh, only the shrine maiden may touch. It was an awkward shape for a piece of farm equipment, not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Riko-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. She swung the hoe skillfully, plowing it into the futons. Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out futons. She's purifying futons that absorbed illnesses from people over the winter. Someone Ki-chan said, airing out futons, he wasn't completely wrong. Riko-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. Sasuke looked on, silently lending her support. Worried? Rika practiced every single day with that mochi hammer. She would certainly prevail. Sasuke's hands were sweaty, and whenever Rika-chan started to sweat a little, she held her breath. Why was it Miyana candidate to be the shy maiden? It feels wrong having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy. I do if they asked me, And well, it's not something just anyone could do. It's true. Shy maidens need to be pure after all. Grunk. Miyana drove her elbow into my side. With the third thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. After the Shinto priest had raised up the cleansed futons like a portable altar, all the spectators stood up. Following after the priest, we all marched on at a moderate pace. They descended the shine's giant stairs in a line. What was happening now? Washing the futons in the river. What Tanagashi means sitting caught in an air drift, The procession continued right up the bank of the stream. A fire was stoked high, and it was bright as day here too. People started crowding around it, clamoring. All right, get in line. Line up, Kichi-kan. I wonder what was up. Maybe we got something. Get some holy wine. Bean buns. It's not food. I said it was cotton. But of course, they didn't call it the Watanagashi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from it, set the food and balled it up like mochi, handing it out to people. Then I dove into the line and brought out some for me as well. And then we proceeded to the bank of the stream. Since the first time, Kichika just copied what I do. She held the cotton right in her hand, waving her hand as if to purify it. She touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs. You do this 3 times to silently give thanks to Yashiro-sama. Sama, what's that? The name of the shrine's god? Yes, it's the guardian deity of Hinamisawa. It brings both miracles and curses, so you must be sure to show respect. This sounded like a pretty frightening god, but well, when in Rome, I was officially risen of Hinamisawa now, after all. Doing this, Rina showed me I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Yashiro-sama. Thank you, Yashiro-sama. Yashiro-sama. This way all the evil that possesses you is sucked up by cotton. Then you let it gently drift away on the stream and you're dead. Together, Rina and I set our pieces of cotton floated on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming into the water had sucked out all the festival evil festering in the sour drifted off and disappeared into the distance. It was wonderful, like floating lantern festivals I'd seen on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like this was the passage that made me a true resident of Hinamisawa. Is this the end of the chapter? This was actually a really long chapter. I mean, like, really long. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Rena. I wasn't very lonely, though. I know this place now. This is where I live, my home. It's probably better if I just stay here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. It was Tomotake's son's. I headed towards it. How did it go, Tomotake's-san? Were you able to get some good shots? Yeah, fortunately. Tomotake's-san was with the girl. I felt a little like I was intruding. That was a Kichi-kan. Did you enjoy the festival? From the way she spoke, it seemed like she was a resident of Hinamisawa. I really should try harder to remember people's faces here. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name because she gave a light-hearted chuckle. It's probably because it hasn't been long since she moved here. It's pretty hard to believe seeing how friendly you've gotten with some other kids. If that's how it looked, it was probably all thanks to Rina. Perhaps you feel more like a resident of Hinamisawa after taking part in the festival today? I wonder about that. Oh, that's not like you. I tried to get used to Hinamisawa, but there was still plenty of things I didn't know. The face of people I met, for example, things that had happened in the past as well. You're feeling left out because of something like that. It's not so much as feeling left out, it's just I'm not sure how to say it. That incident at the dam construction site, fighting over and other conflicts. That terrible incident they announced, or they pretended I didn't even know about whenever I brought it up. Even though it was in the past, as someone living in Misawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and bad that had happened here. If it will put you at ease, and I'll tell you everything I know. Tamato's smile made me more relieved than I have ever been. It was hard to think of to ask when someone said, "Ask me anything," though. There was so much I wanted to ask. Then could you tell me what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident there where someone was going to be submerged, right? I think the locals will be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what I know. It's only when I read into the newspaper, though. Tamato's eyes entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory and then spoke. The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard it was the next major project after Kurobe. I don't know what that is, but either. There were 3 major issues in Japan at the time. Improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meaning the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. There was a boom of dam building due to the massive economic stimulus they provided on top of the generating electricity and flood control. Anyways, however, had the right conditions to support dam construction, so it was singled out. The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of the ground when it was completed. The entire area, right up to Higurashi, way upstream, would be underwater. But why do they have to pick a popular area like Kinazawa? Why couldn't they instead pick a place where nobody lived? I'm not really sure why, but I heard it was just the right terrain for building a dam. Of course, there were protests here in Hinamizawa. Rikachi said it was a battle from what choice of words I had to guess that turned violent. There was a trial, and it was even brought up before the national diet. It was covered in Tokyo newspaper, too. Miyana told me all about that as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinamizawa had united to fight together. The feeling of soul or D found here, which could be not expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by the battle. As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. As things got more and more complicated, they eventually halted construction. If I wanted to know, now was my only chance to ask. It was something of a certain incident that boys my age would be curious about. I felt a little shame from the fact that I was petty enough to have my curiosity pricked by Renam's refusal to talk about the event. But I figured I might as well ask since I had the chance, just so I was thinking about it so much. So there was a dismemberment, right? There was. I happened to be here in Hinamizawa at the time, so I remember it well. Tamatake's answer was nonchalant in contrast to my hesitantly forced out question. It was about this time 4 years ago. It was the day after Watanagashi, if I recall correctly. Debate on whether to continue construction of the dam was in disarray. Scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident was final nail in the coffin for the dam project. A fight at the dam construction site ended in the victim being murdered. Fearing prosecution, the 6 assailants divided their remains into 6 pieces and hid one. 5 of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but one was still on the run. The right arm he'd hid and he had to be found. The major details line up what was in the tabloid I'd read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it wasn't so terrible that Rina and Mian needed to hide it from me. I guess I didn't want someone who just wanted to have a negative impression of Hinamizawa. I felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as shame for still being so interested in it. It was near the end of all the trouble with the dam, you see, so everyone was saying that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god at the shrine that Adolf's duel today, if I recall correctly. I see, their guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam construction for trying to fly to Hinamizawa. Apparently the younger ones didn't think so, but it seems the elderly in the village never doubted that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman Tamatake-san said with a mischievous chuckle. What did she look like in her old form? Huh, okay. Okay. Okay, I'm done. Tamatake-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious I ended up laughing as well. But I wonder about now. She don't look bad. Okay. There are quite a few, I think, amongst the youth too. A few, what? I wish we could see our character and our parents, but I guess I'm going to have to go off what the anime looks like to know what I look like. Because it's like the only two people we haven't seen yet was our character and our parents. People who believe in Yoshiro's curse. The woman's lips were still curled into a smile, but her expression turned stern. And after that, they continued every year, always around this time. Continuing what continued. Democrats and posts were sick as if to build up some suspense, and whispered to me as if someone might have been listening. Are you on the day of Onikakushi? Let me guess, someone dies. Yep, somebody dies. The year following this man on the day of the Onikakushi, a man from Inasawa who had supported the dam fell off a cliff overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Fortunately for his wife, the body was never recovered. He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinamizawa. At the time, there were whispers amongst the elderly saying it was Oyoshiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again. Then the next year, the night of the Watanagashi, the shrine's Shinto priest died suddenly from unknown illness. His wife drowned herself into the bog that night. The shrine's Shinto priest, you mean he was the shrine here? The woman nodded. There was a rumor against the villagers that they weren't able to quell Yoshiro-sama's anger. Then the year after that, again on the night of Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife. At that time now, all mysterious deaths were people involved with the dam or who had connections with Oyoshiro-sama. With that in mind, could the housewife have been involved in some way too? Exactly. The woman stated slyly, no, it was more than innocently. One of the victims' relatives was connected to the younger brother of the dam supporter who fell to his death 2 years ago, or before. The younger brother is still alive, it seems, but it did bother him quite a bit, so he moved to the neighboring town. I wonder who's going to die this time. For a while I stood there with my mouth agape. The battle over the dam construction with Hinamizawa's future at stake. At the murder at the center of it all, that was all I knew, and it was all I wanted to ask about. But that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't really want to believe in curses, but the freakish deaths happened every year on the day of Watanagashi, and all of them were related to the dam construction. It was easy to dismiss each of them as coincidences by themselves, but when you put them all together, dismissing all of them as coincidence would defy logic. I hope I don't die. I don't believe in curses, but every single year on the day of Tanagashi, somebody or something makes it happen without fail. The woman chuckled again as if she picked on what I was thinking. It felt like she was saying maybe there was. Maybe we frightened him, stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. I pressed Mutake's son to continue a bit of impatience and irritation in my tone. Then, so somebody died the next year, right? Who was at that time? I wonder. Who do you think, Kichi-chan? Is it the hell? The way he said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. Don't avoid the question. I'm serious here. Hey, calm down, Kichi-chan. I realized once you should have calmed me down that I had been panicking. We aren't trying to avoid the question, Kichi-chan. It's just when you say the next year, that's today. When she hesitated to say it, Tamatake's son finished for her. I looked at the cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction this was headed. Nobody wants to speak of it. They all think it's going to happen again tonight. The festival's so cheerful, though. Well, the victim last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. It turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival. There was a rumor going on that if you didn't participate in the festival, you would incur Yoshiro-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, Kichi-kan? I never even heard a whisper of that rumor. Then the reason everyone was at the festival was they were afraid of the curse. I figured that must have been the reason. There were a lot more people at the Watanagashi than usual. I guess everyone was just afraid, after all, of Yoshiro-sama's curse. I couldn't utter a single word. In this modern age, where we made progress in all scientific fields, shedding light on the unknown and misunderstood, where black and white televisions have been eradicated and now sent men to the moon. Even with all of our accomplishments, this can exist in modern society. Tons of invitations were sent out to neighboring towns, youth groups to help pad their numbers. But after this string of events, few decided to join. The multiple committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants. Also, the police are treating each other as each case is isolated. They don't believe they're connected. They were trying to keep it quiet, so all the plainclothes officers It's finally beginning to dawn on me why Rina and me were allowed to talk. And if nothing happened in this Watanagashi, everything would have been over with, and I would be none the wiser. If nothing happened, all would be well. In that case, it would all end up being just crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then why wouldn't they act like nothing happened? Yeah, we would have all gotten back to life as usual. Maybe it was just too much for him after all. The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. And no, it wasn't, not at all. I had tried to act strong, but that was just to serve as to emphasize how much the information had unsettled me. After seeing how I looked, Tomitake-san appeared to regret ever saying anything. Letting out a sigh, then he spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor. Kichi-kun, you surely don't believe in such as curses. Well, now, if the causes of all the crimes were unknown, with their perpetrators and their methods all mysteries, and I would think it's the work of a curse. But that's not how things are in reality. The police are investigating the evidence and suspects to uncover the truth. Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better. It was perfect for applying the word curse. The first one, dismemberment, for example. Now, I told you, didn't I? All but one of the perpetrators were arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one. The motive turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated. That's no curse. Don't you agree? That was true. If it hadn't happened on the day of Watanagashi, then I wouldn't think it was related to curse at all. The actual death of the man who supported the damage is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. The police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident. No, not foul play. But they both happened on the same day of the festival, right? Haha, just think about it, Kichi-kan. Do you think people with a lot of enemies and Himisawa could participate easily in a local festival? It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watanagashi. So they probably left Himisawa intentionally around this time of the year to travel, don't you think? It wasn't a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tamaki was getting at. So I pressed on earnestly asking more questions so that I could convince myself. Then Tamaki-san, what about the priest who died after that? The one with unknown illness. That also happened on the day of the festival. It's even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest. The Watanagashi is a really big event that happens once a year. It's probably from all the built-up stress, or it may have been because of the pre-existing condition. But it was an unknown illness. It was hard to believe something with an unknown cause could exist. All our advances in medicine. It's just an exaggeration. Rumors making rumors. You know, could get worked up over having incidents happen 2 years in a row. The sudden death is quite unnatural, though. Of course, the police ordered an autopsy because of the strange way he died, but there wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know? Turns out it was just a sudden death to illness. The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that? I believe I already explained that. I was shaken about the incidents happened for a third year. Those who are strong faith were quick to believe it was the work of the curse. Of course, that included the priest's wife. Apparently, they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger." Well then, how about the next incident with the housewife that happened on the day of the Watanagashi too? The perpetrator had already caught the case had been closed. Turns out it was just some nut job trying to continue the legacy of the Hinamisawa's curse. Then how about the incident next year? This is next year. Tamako-san give a hearty laugh. Nothing will happen, not this year. There was never a curse to begin with. It was just a group of people who believed in an explanation for a stream of coincidences. My turn on computer finally got itself back on track. I felt embarrassed by how much childish they become after losing control and panicking. I can see very clearly now that Kichi-kun really does love Hinamisawa, even if Oyashiro-sama's curse actually did exist. Kichi-kun couldn't bring himself to believe that such a thing existed. I felt very relieved. I should probably just forget everything I heard tonight. All grieving on me on tomorrow with the same smile as always. They probably also like tonight to end with the incident so they can continue on tomorrow without having worried me. Perhaps seeing my changing attitude, the woman who had been listening to the stretch as she got up from the rock she was sitting on. Well then, I'll show you the game back. Goodness, I think I may have gone on a bit too long. There were so few people compared to the crowd from before. I could only make out a few groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. Looked at my watch. It seemed we talked for a better part of an hour. Didn't you come along with your friends, Kichi-kun? Not going to look for them? Oh yeah, they might all be looking for me. You're quite a scoundrel making the girls look for you. See you, Kichi-kun. Have a nice night. You too, Jiro-san. I'll see you a bit later. Donsuke-san seems to be quite a scoundrel himself, so his name is Jiro. After just an hour backside, she disappeared into the crowd. People still basically cleaning up the shrine grounds. Kichi-kun, so sorry. In our place, Rina came running over. I could see all the others behind her. Pick of the devil. My Becky-chan, we got so caught up in our discussion. I completely forgot about that while caught up in my own conversation, so we were even. So, Tomotoku was with you. This works out perfectly. Recently, they set out the student gallery competition. That's right, so I guess I'm going to end up, in the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika Chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The one or many were all tiny and difficult to hit. She had to take her time and aim, but all three shots completely missed. She would end up sharing the loser's crown with Tomotake's son. However, she did turn a little and crying for the owner, and he turned to much instantly. She was getting back her grandma's consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid being the loser rather magnificently. Come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster. I had no idea what Ki-chan is talking about. Now then, it's decided to talk with Tomotake's son is dead last. Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomotake's son smiled weirdly, slightly bewildered. So, Tomotake's-san, are you ready? Penalty time. I completely forgot about that. You're too... sorry guys, I didn't mean to skip that. Mian pulled out a felt tip marker from her pocket. Oh, is that... Show him mercy, Mian. At least use a washable marker. Permanent one is too harsh. It's just... It has to be permanent. It comes off when you do the laundry anyway. Oh, what is this? Please take it easy on me. Olive has pinned up his arms behind his back and approached him with the marker in one hand. And squip, squip, squip. But she did right on Tomoka's face. She wrote on his shirt he was wearing. What did she write? You better have your big break this year, Mian. Rina took up the marker. Show me your photos next time, okay? Rina, it was a little heartwarming. I just had to laugh. But I don't see it on his shirt. This is more like a farewell card than a penalty. I'm not as soft as the rest. I'll make sure this is proper penalty. De last Toko. Try harder next time, Rika. Here you go, Kichi-san. I couldn't decide what to write, but based on the kind of penalty, so this is probably the most appropriate. Come back and play again, Kichi. Tomoka-san was silent the entire time. At first he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face. So I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty? Of course, you better wear it all the way home. You could wear it when you come back. It would be nice if he had deeply moved. Embarrassment with a mix of other emotions made him turn bright red. I understood all well this next time I come here. I promise. Everyone cheered and applauded. It was the finest part and gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomotake's son standing near the festival grounds. It seemed Tomotake's son noticed her too and knew it was time to leave. Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time? Yeah, that certainly seems. Tomoka's son headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomotake's son. Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually, he faded into the darkness of the night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had done the same thing many times before. He's gone. Well, it's about time to take off, too. Rika-chan and I stayed behind with the others committee members since they were having meetings. Sadako was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. Their walk was back quite lively, with a talk of days or stories. Should have done this, should have done that, that kind of stuff. Rina and I parted ways with Mian, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got up to my house, and I parted ways with Rina as well. It's already pretty late. Are you alright by yourself? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm going to run too. If you run somewhere little, just yell. If someone does come, will you come save me? Maybe. If I hear you. How? Okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me. Merrily spreading her arms around at high speed, Rina dashed off. She was fine in that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Rina's cheerful presence disappeared and fun became quiet again. The curse not a single person even whispered about. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. It didn't show on any of the faces, but they were probably all quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all ends up being crazy talk. Nothing will happen, nothing bad, nothing at all. What's wrong with you? Why are you staying in a place like that? Come inside, you'll catch a cold. It was my mom. Did you go, Mom, to the Onikakushi festival? And your father didn't wake up, so I missed it. A little disappointing. Mom stuck her tongue with a bit of an embarrassed look on her face. Uh-oh. And it just ends. That's not good. But anyways, guys, I'm going to be ending the video here. I recorded a fairly long time, and my jaw's getting a little sore, talking so long. So I will see you guys tomorrow or tonight. Yeah, I think I'll do a video tonight. I need to start quick saving more. If I accidentally clicked load, I would have been screwed. Oh, see you guys.